Today we'll be wrapping up the regular season here in year number 1 of our Portland Trailblazers MyNBA franchise here on NBA 2K24. We have 11 games left in the season and we have a very slim chance, but I guess a chance nonetheless, of still grabbing one of those final play-in spots in the Western Conference. We're 29-42. We've had a pretty rough month of March, which has basically taken us out of the play-in race, but we're still holding on by a prayer. Since we've made it to the end of the regular season, we're going to be doing our studs and duds of the year today. For those of you who have not been watching my other franchise series and are unfamiliar, the studs and duds of the year is basically rewarding players who exceeded expectations and punishing players who finished below expectations. I don't think NBA 2K does a very good job in their player progression in the sense that none of it is based on in-season production, and it's all kind of based on luck. And I think this is a good way of rewarding and punishing players for playing well or playing poorly. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that towards the end of the episode, but there is a Google form in the description for you to vote once we kind of go over who the candidates will be. Normally I pick 3 stud of the year and 3 dud of the year candidates, but since basketball rosters are smaller than football and baseball, we're only going to have 2 for each category, but again, we're going to save that for the end. We're pretty healthy at the moment. Only Ochai Agbaji is banged up. Having only 1 injury really is not that bad considering our injury luck since the start of the calendar year. So we're going to be playing against the Miami Heat again. Obviously, they have our good friend Damian Lillard. We played against them earlier in the season pretty recently, and we beat them in an upset with Jimmy Butler missing a game-tying layup at the buzzer. We'll be first playing against a bad Rockets team and a good Hawks team, both of which are on the road. Jordan Clarkson bruised his right knee. Normally, I wouldn't have him play through the injury, but since we're in the midst of a play-in race, we're going to have him tough it out as we win both games. Against the Rockets, Shaden and Scoot combined for 51 points with 4 other guys finishing in the double figures. And then we get a 1-point upset on the road against Atlanta. So we're 2-0 here to start off our late season 7-game road trip. We haven't made up any ground in the Western Conference play-in race, though we're still 4 back of the 10th seed. And with only 9 games to go, we really need a miracle to get one of those spots. So as we look at the Miami Heat, obviously, they've got a lot of talent, including Damian Lillard, who is still the front-runner for the MVP. He has led the Heat to the best record in the NBA currently. They are currently fighting for the number 1 seed with the 76ers out in the Eastern Conference, so this game is obviously very important for them. Ochai Agbaji is now fully healthy, so with that, the rotation, for the time being, is fully healthy. We have not gotten to say this much during the second half of the year, so hopefully we take advantage as we head on the road to face off against Damian Lillard for the second time this season. The Blazers got the upset at home when these two teams faced off against each other last month. And we'll see if Portland can possibly sweep the Miami Heat after their blockbuster trade prior to the start of the season. The Blazers are hanging on for dear life as they go for one of the Western Conference play-in spots, while Miami goes for the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, and Damian Lillard guns for an MVP. The tip-off will go to Bam Adebayo and Miami, and we are underway here in South Beach. We'll see what the Trailblazers can do early. Jeremy Grant inside with the and 1. Jimmy Butler with the foul. Good pass by Ben Simmons in transition, and Grant with the finish in contact. He would miss the 3 throw, however. Following Miami possession, Kevin Love misses the 3, but Bam Adebayo is there with the putback slam, and we're tied at 2. Lillard inside for Butler, back to Lillard inside, and Damian Lillard is on the board. Great pass there by Jimmy Butler for the assist. Here is Scoot Henderson over to Jeremy Grant, has some room, pops the 3, it's good. Nice shot for Grant, and it's 5-4. Lillard over to Jimmy Butler. Sharp gives him space, not expecting Jimmy to shoot the ball. And, well, that proves to be a bad decision. Now 7-5. Butler over to Josh Richardson. He will make the layup, but unfortunately for Miami, Jimmy Butler is hurt on the play. He appears to be grabbing at his chest, maybe his rib area. Not good news at all for the Miami Heat, as Jimmy Butler will not return to today's ball game. So the Heat are going to be without one of their main stars. They're going to be relying on Lillard even more as a scorer. They're going to need Bam Adebayo to step up as he's in for the slam. 13-7. Good lead for Miami early on. Sharp inside. Simmons with the dunk. Good ball movement. Good finish by Ben as it's 13-9. Scoot Henderson not on the board yet. Gets it over to Jeremy Grant. Grant inside. Posts up. Back out to Scoot. Step back. Three ball is good. That might have been the ugliest step back I've ever seen. But he made the shot. That's all that matters. Lillard knocks down a three of his own. What time is it? It's Dame time. 16-12. Anthony Simons is an open man in the corner. It's Jeremy Grant. Nobody was within a 5-mile radius of him, and he will capitalize. Shaedon Sharpe with the slam, and the Blazers take the lead. Big-time dunk for Shaedon Sharpe, the freak, as it's a 1-point lead. Here's Lillard off the screen. Gets a good look for three, and he knocks it down. Giving Damian Lillard any space beyond the three-point line is a recipe for disaster, and that shot surpasses Steph Curry for the most threes made in a single season by one player ever. What a historic season scoring the ball it has been for Damian Lillard as he gets another honor fittingly against his old team. Scoot Henderson inside off the glass. Nice play. 23-20 in the corner. Kyle Lowry inside for Lillard again, who knocks it down, and the MVP frontrunner has caught fire against his old squad. Anthony Simons with the screen from Little. Simons, fadeaway three-ball, bang! Nice shot for Anthony Simons as it's 23-25. Lillard guarded by the injured Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson's mobility really lacking as Lillard hits another three. Busy quarter scoring the ball for Dame. He's been inefficient, but he's made a lot of shots. Sharpe up, and away with the slam as it's 25-28. Lillard back with it. Lillard inside. Lillard makes the floater. Jordan Clarkson with his injury just feels so much slower. Lillard again pulls the three. He knocks it down. What an end of the first quarter for Damian Lillard, who seemingly is the only player on the Heat who is shooting the ball. And then Simons wraps up the first quarter with a miss. 33-27 your score. Miami with the lead. Damian Lillard with a big scoring quarter, but he's also missed a lot of shots. He's just taken them all. And as he's in for the slam to start the second. Off of an inbound, it's Charles Bassey to Simons in the corner. Simons tough three, no good. Bassey with the offensive rebound. And the big man is there with the putback. 29-37 now. Martin over to an open man. It's Haywood Highsmith who knocks down the triple. The Heat clearly out for revenge after losing to Portland earlier in the season. Here is Nikola Jovic bullying the smaller Kyle Lowry. And Jovic, in his first game back here in Miami, hits the jumper off the glass. Jovic out to Ochai Agbaji. Deep three is good for Och. 6-point game. Simons to Charles Bassey. Up with the throwdown. The Blazers are on a 7-0 run. They've brought themselves back in the game, and they don't look like they're done. Although this pass is intercepted by Damian Lillard, who's been in the entire game so far. He gets the assist over to Haywood Highsmith. 40-43, Portland continuing their comeback. Lillard, screen, contested three is good. Nice shot for Damian Lillard. He is nearing 30 points already. We have 5 minutes to go in the half. Caleb Martin, wide open three is good, and the Miami Heat are right back up by 9 as the momentum for the Blazers has basically evaporated. Bam Adebayo makes the contested layup. Double-figure lead now for the Heat. Clarkson looks to drive inside. Sends it to the corner for Shaedon Sharpe. Sharpe blows by Lillard. And Shaedon Sharpe with a nice drive is in for the layup. Shaedon Sharpe is obviously a great dunker, but I think he's really improved this year at scoring inside while under contact. Nice lob for Lillard. People forget he used to be a great dunker. He won a slam dunk contest a long time ago. 9-point game. Scoot off the screen throws it down. Speaking of dunk contest winners, Scoot, of course, won it this year. Anthony Simons, another player here who's also won one. As Bam Adebayo grabs the offensive rebound off the miss, gets the putback. 9-point game, 48-55, under a minute to go in the first half. Adebayo out to Lillard off the screen. Knocks down the three. 10-point lead here for the Heat. Final seconds of the first half. Little misses the powerful dunk And that'll wrap up half number one, 58-48. The Miami Heat with the lead here in South Beach. Damian Lillard leading the way for the Heat. He has 32 points here in the first half. But don't let the numbers fool you. Lillard has actually not really been on his A game. It's just that he's shot the ball so much today. 12 of 27 from the field. 6 of 18 from three. He took 18 threes in the first half. That's ridiculous. He shot over half of their field goal attempts and damn near all of their threes. Are the other guys going to start shooting the ball? How about Caleb Martin? Knocks down the triple. 48-61. Simons off the screen. Inside has Jeremy Grant open off the pick and pop. Grant hits the open three. He's got 13. 51-61. Shaedon Sharpe with it. Gets the screen from Simmons. Sharpe inside. Back to Ben, who gets the dunk. Ben Simmons with 11 boards. Hasn't done a whole lot else offensively, though. Lillard with room. Hits the triple. And the Miami Heat continue to build upon their lead. Bam Adebayo over to Josh Richardson. Richardson to Lillard. Heavily contested shot is good. Damian Lillard continuing to knock him down. He's nearing 40 points, and we just started the third quarter. Scoot Henderson, what a move for Scoot, the rookie. In for the layup. Scoot was pretty inefficient in the first half despite being guarded by Dame, who isn't known for his defense. He's known for his shot. He hits another three. 58-74. Here's Scoot Henderson. Takes it himself to the rack. The Trailblazers trying to keep themselves in the game as Damian Lillard has had inefficient third quarter and he's trying to knock Portland out of it. Ben Simmons posting up on Lillard. That, my friends, is a mismatch. Simmons takes advantage. 74-62 now. Here's Lillard with it. He makes Scoot twirl around, and he hits another three. Lillard with 44 points on the day. Here's Jordan Clarkson now. He dunks it home. And the Trailblazers are staying in it, even if they're not cutting into this lead. Here is Scoot Henderson. Waits for the screen. He'll get it. Scoot takes it himself inside with a little rack attack as the Trailblazers are within single digits, and they are in takeover mode. Henderson no good. Grant with the offensive rebound over to Shaedon Sharpe. Sharpe gets the screen from Grant. Sharpe drives inside. Back to Grant for three. It's good. Great ball movement by the Blazers. They have the lead within 6. I think Damian Lillard needs to hit another big shot. There you go. Lillard with, I think, his 5th three of the quarter. He's got a real shot to break the all-time three-pointers in a game record because he's shot so many. Haywood Highsmith makes the layup. 71-82. Abaji tries to get some room over to Nasir Little. He makes the tough layup. 73-82 with under a minute left in the quarter. Now under 30 seconds. Screen for Lillard. He hits another one. I think Lillard's made maybe 12 threes total. The all-time record in the game is 14. Clarkson, pump fake, nice move, and Jordan Clarkson brings the lead back to 10. 75-85. Final seconds of the third quarter. Lillard doubled over to Kyle Lowry. He misses the three, and that'll wrap up the third. A busy third quarter, but the lead is unchanged. The Heat went into the quarter up by 10, and, well, they're still up by 10. Damian Lillard chasing records in the fourth quarter as Charles Bassey gets the dunk for the Trailblazers. Here's Lowry over to Thomas Bryant. Bryant, with the size mismatch, throws it down on Jordan Clarkson. Lillard misses the three. He's had quite a few bricks early here in the fourth quarter. Lillard has still played the entire game. He's got to be exhausted. The Heat have not sat him for a second. Then on the other end, Abaji running circles around Dame for the layup. 79-89, Lillard for three again. Misses another one. He is really starting to struggle, and it's really got a chance to hinder the Heat because the Blazers are starting to make a run at this game. Simons takes it all the way to the other end for a layup. 89-81. Lowry over to Caleb Martin. Martin for three is good. I get Damian Lillard has like over 50 points, but he's missed so many shots and he is exhausted. Another three, another miss for Lillard. On the other end, here is Anthony Simons. Pull-up jumper from way downtown. It's good. 92-84. Ben Simmons at the line. That can't mean well. He misses, obviously. But Abaji is fair for the offensive rebound and the putback. It's a 6-point game. The Blazers are back in it especially with Dame being a construction worker because he's laying up bricks. On the other end, off of another Lillard miss, it's Simons over to Nasir Little. Fear Nasir. It's a one-score game. 92-89. Lowry inside to Lillard, another three. Finally, he gets one to fall. That is his 13th three of the game, one shy of tying the single-game record. Clarkson wide open in the corner. Gotta capitalize as he misses the three. You can't miss that at this stage in the game. Clarkson's injury clearly affecting him. Here's Lillard, another three and another brick. Jesus Christ, this is hard to watch. Following Miami possession, Lillard for three. Shield yourselves, clank! Are we all good? Did we avoid the bomb threat? Okay, good. Lillard floater, no good. Again, but Thomas Bryant is there with the putback. 91-99, Heat still with a nice lead. Can they close it out? Adebayo inside, guarded by Sharp, and Adebayo makes it, taking advantage of the mismatch. 10-point game. Here's Shaedon Sharp with it on the wing. Screen from Simmons. Sharp, long two is good. Nice shot on the move by Shaedon Sharp. It's an 8-point game. Lillard inside makes the layup. And the Miami Heat have what appears to be a pretty comfortable lead with 2 minutes and change to go. Can they hold on? Henderson is Simmons, wide open in the lane, and Ben Simmons takes it. Lillard brings it up. It's an 8-point game. Of course, he's 1-3 away from tying the single-game record. Lillard with a dime, and Bam Adebayo is there with the slam. 10-point game. Here's Anthony Simons with it. Simons over to Grant, off the screen, pick and pop! It's good! This has been a really fast-paced couple of minutes. Both offenses trading punches, as Lillard has been clutch these last couple of minutes. I know he's missed a lot of shots here in the fourth quarter, but he's starting to get them to fall. The Trailblazers are hanging in there, but Miami is countering every shot they make. Off of an Anthony Simons layup, it's a 7-point game. Here's Lillard, pick and roll. Adebayo makes the layup. The Trailblazers are hanging on by a thread, and they're continuing to hold on, but the Miami Heat are not letting this lead go down. Sharp heaves up a prayer, and it's good. Big shot for Shaedon Sharp, the lead down to 6. Lillard ties the record. He gets a three of his own, 14 in a single game. It's not like he's used like 40 shots to do it. No, totally not. 103-112. Here's Simons. Tough jumper. Knocks it down. Simons in takeover mode. Lillard's in takeover mode. It's a 7-point game. Lillard inside. Floater. No good. Nice defense by the Trailblazers. Henderson with the rebound out to Simons. Simons step back. Contested three is good. Anthony Simons makes it a 4-point game. Tight inbound defense by the Blazers as Adebayo launches it out of bounds. We've really got ourselves a ball game, folks. It's a 4-point game. Portland with the ball. Inbound to Scoot in the corner. Bang! The lead within one. Off the three by Scoot Henderson. The inbound defense continues to be tight. It's Kevin Love who can't find anybody. Eventually over to Richardson, who nearly was out of bounds himself. So now the Heat get it back. The Blazers are not going to foul. Martin for three. It's good. Big shot by Caleb Martin. It's a 4-point game. Scoot in the corner for Simmons. Simmons to Grant for three. Yes! Wow, this game continues to be unbelievable. The lead back down to 1 as Lillard is fouled by Scoot Henderson. Damian Lillard at the line makes the first one. It is a 2-point lead, and the second one falls as well. Lillard up to 64 points on the night, and now the Blazers are going to hold with a chance to tie it. They need a three here. It's Simons with it over to Grant. Grant to Sharp. He has to heave it up for the tie. No good. And Miami survives. 117-114 is your final. An unbelievably exciting final few minutes of this game, but that last possession was a total disaster. Portland had no clue what they were doing. They were running around like a bunch of chickens with their heads cut off. I don't even know if Shaedon Sharp was beyond the three-point line when he took the shot. So as we look at the numbers here, Damian Lillard finished with the most hilarious stat line I think I've ever seen. He played the entire game, all 40 minutes, did not sit for a single second, finishes with 64 points on 23 of 55 shooting, and 14 of 40 from three. His points, field goals, and threes are all season highs across the league, many of which are career highs as well. And Damian Lillard's going to be in the record books for the right reasons along with the wrong reasons as well. So Lillard ties Klay Thompson for the most threes in a game ever. Lillard's 43-point attempts in a game are the most by far, and it's not close. The previous record was Klay Thompson with 24. Damian Lillard almost doubled it. Damian Lillard missed more threes today, 26, than any player has attempted in a single game ever. That's hilarious. Anthony Simons with 23, Grant with 22 on just 9 shots, 18 for Scoot, 17 for Sharp, double-double for Ben Simmons. Again, I got to commend the effort down the stretch, but unfortunately we just did not have enough. So we're going to simulate slowly here until either it appears that we have really caught up to the Mavericks or that we are eliminated, because we're 4.5 games back, and I mean, it's really not looking good. Let's not beat around the bush. Our next 3 games are against inferior opponents. They all have worse records than us, and we lose all 3 of them to Orlando, Charlotte, and Washington. And with that, we have been eliminated from postseason contention, as we now have the record of 31-46. So we are not getting a playoff spot. We're not getting a play-in spot, and we will be back in the lottery once again. So since there's 5 games left and we're out of the playoffs, I think we're going to give some of our veterans some rest. It's kind of tanking, but also kind of seeing what we've got in certain young players. So we're going to be sitting some guys, specifically some veterans, for the final few games of the year. Those players will be Anthony Simons, Jeremy Grant, Jordan Clarkson, and Ochai Agbaji. We're sitting Agbaji because he's been banged up through the entire second half of the year, so we just want him to get healthy and get ready for training camp. As for the other 3, they're all vets. We've all seen enough from them. We might have other guys like Ben Simmons and Nasir Little sit out for some games down the stretch, but for now they will play. I really want to see the Scoot Henderson, Shaedon Sharpe pairing in the backcourt with the 2 of them truly leading the way, and I want to see other young guys like Nikola Jovic, Chris Murray, and Ryan Rupert get extra minutes. So we're going to play against New Orleans. We lose to Boston by 25. Scoot had like 40 against the Celtics, though, so that's cool. Here are the Pelicans, who will be in the Western Conference playoffs. Obviously, they've got the big fella, Zion Williamson. Brandon Ingram's an all-star level player. CJ McCollum, longtime Portland Trailblazer. He returns home. He's played in Portland a couple times since the trade, but he still gets a nice, well-deserved reception from the fans. He, of course, was the number 2 option behind Damian Lillard for the better half of the decade in the back end of the 2010s. So the Blazers have 1 more week to go here in their season. They have 4 more games left on the schedule, and that starts with a 3-game homestand that opens against New Orleans. The Blazers are going to be without 4 of their best players, so it might not be pretty, but it should hopefully be fun nonetheless, and we'll get to see cool stuff like this. Shaedon Sharpe posterizes Zion Williamson. Normally, Zion's on the other end of those big-time dunks. Brandon Ingram, turnaround jumper, no good. Valanciunas with the offensive rebound, and he gets the putback. Jonas Valanciunas, one of the more underrated players of the last decade with Toronto, Memphis, and now New Orleans. Sharpe, nice move to the basket. He's got the first 4 points today for the Blazers. I really want to see Scoot and Sharpe be aggressive as scorers and hopefully lead the offense. McCollum hits the step-back jumper. CJ on the board against his former team. McCollum back with it, guarded by Scoot Henderson. Nice spin move, and McCollum is in for the layup as it's 6-9. Nice. Here is Scoot Henderson with it. Scoot trapped in the corner, gets some room. Scoot on the move, knocks it down, and so far the 2 young guards look pretty good. They each have 4 points apiece. Scoot looking for the screen from Jovic, who enters the starting lineup, and Henderson takes advantage with the throwdown. Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharpe have all 10 of Portland's points, and they've done it on a combined 5 of 5 shooting from the field. Very efficient. Herb Jones misses the layup, but Valanciunas is there with the nasty putback dunk over Simmons. Ingram misses. Valanciunas with another offensive rebound. He is dominating the glass right now. Ben Simmons is showing that he's not a real center, and it's kind of being proven by Jonas Valanciunas. Nice move by McCollum as the Blazers call a timeout. 17-11 your score. The offense is very clearly not as good without Simons and Grant and Clarkson and Agbaji As Scoot Henderson gets a nice dunk, he now has 9 points. It's fun seeing Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharpe do their thing. But on the other hand, I can only imagine that it's a significant challenge for them because those are the only two guys who will be playing today who are any sort of threatening in terms of creating their own shot. Off the little steal. What a pass by Scoot. Over to Ben Simmons, who's on the board. Henderson for 3, misses his first shot of the game. Simmons with the offensive rebound, and he gets the putback. Ben Simmons is certainly limited within a half-court offense, and while he still provides value as a playmaker, it is challenging when there's only 2 guys on the floor who can create their own shot. Nice dunk by McCollum. It's a 6-point game. Chris Murray, the rookie out of Iowa, getting some extra playing time as he will miss the 3. And that'll just wrap up the first quarter. There has been some abysmal offense today. The Blazers have 17 points. They're 0 for 8 from 3. And the Pelicans' offense hasn't been that much better either. They've been overly reliant on C.J. McCollum and putbacks from Valanciunas. To start the second, nice putback by Chris Murray. The Trailblazers still cannot shoot a 3 to save their lives, though. Trey Murphy III hits the tray for New Orleans. Talented young player out of the University of Virginia. Henderson blocked at the rim. Good defense by New Orleans on the other end. It's Grand Theft Alvarado over to Dyson Daniels with a nice pass for the former Blazer, Larry Nance Jr. 30-19, New Orleans starting to build up a nice lead. The Blazers' offense has not looked much better here in the second quarter. Nice lob, though, from Scoot over to the big fella, Charles Bassey. 30-21, here is Chris Murray with it inside. Murray misses the layup, gets his own rebound. Another putback here for Chris Murray, who really has struggled as a rookie. Good to see him getting some second chance buckets today, but he has really a long ways to go in his development. Trey Murphy with the slam, 34-23. McCollum guarded by Ryan Rupert, the rookie. Then McCollum hits the jumper over him. Rupert is another guy who I'm excited to see here over the last week of the year with an increased role as Neemias Queta gets the snuff down low. On the other end, Nasir Little. Inside, Little makes the layup. The best offense is good defense, and that started with the block from Neemias Queta, who gets another good defensive stop there. Pelicans do get the offensive rebound, though, and they will hit the 3. Nice shot for New Orleans. That's Herb Jones. 39-26, Scoot Henderson off the screen. Henderson inside for the big fella, Neemias Queta. The young big out of Utah State, who was signed in free agency at the trade deadline, makes the play. Zion Williamson bullies Nasir Little. Not a whole lot Nas can really do there. Zion is bigger and stronger than you. Good ball movement here by the Blazers. Sharpe for 3. There is a gun! The Blazers finally make a 3 after a quarter and a half after starting 0 for 11. Following possession, Simmons. What in the hell was that? Jose Alvarado is 6'1". All you got to do is power over him, not whatever that was. Shaedon Sharpe inside and 1. Nice play for Sharpe. He's into double figures with 11 pending the 3 throw, which he would make. 5-point game. Herbert Jones off of an offensive rebound over to Zion Williamson. Williamson guarded by Nasir Little. Williamson inside, no good. Another offensive rebound for Valanciunas. Whenever Ben Simmons is in the game, the Pelicans have dominated on the glass. Whenever it's been Bassey or Queta in at center for the Blazers, they haven't had any rebounding issue. Chris Murray knocks down the triple. Murray has struggled from beyond the arc, as has literally everybody else on this team today. 45-39. Sharpe off the inbound, hits the lawn 2. He's got 14 tonight. 45-41. I have no clue how the Blazers are still in this game. 3 at the end of the half will fall for the Pelicans, as it's 48-41, and Rupert's not going to get the shot off because he never gets the ball. This has been an ugly first half of basketball. The Blazers' offense has been very anemic. There's only so much Scoot and Sharpe can do, and while those two guys have been impressive, nobody else on this team really has a lick of offensive talent, if we're being brutally honest. But the Blazers are still in this game. Their defense has been really strong, and they've overall been able to hang tough despite 4 of their 6 best players being out. Scoot Henderson starts the third quarter with a bang. He hits the fadeaway 3. 4-point game. Herbert Jones with it. Jones inside, makes the layup. Jones is a steadily improving offensive player, obviously known for his lockdown defense. Simmons inside, nice move in transition, making the layup. And the Trailblazers are only down by 2. Don't look now, but here comes Portland. Ingram no good. Valanciunas with another offensive rebound and another putback. If Valanciunas wasn't here to grab rebounds, the Pelicans legitimately might have like 35 points right now. Here's Scoot Henderson, takes it himself. Another and one! Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharpe have both been unbelievably impressive. Again, considering there's nobody else the Blazers have to worry on offense, for those two guys to be doing what they're doing is ridiculous. Zion hits the three. Zion has really struggled tonight for the most part. Nikola Jovic has done a great job defending him as Zion misses the layup. Zion leads the league in field goal percentage, but he's been really inefficient today. And then on the other end, Shaedon Sharpe makes the layup. We are within 2. Sharpe now with 16 tonight. Him and Scoot have 34 points combined for the Blazers. Fadeaway 3 from McCollum will fall. Although Portland is doing a good job of digging into this lead, New Orleans is not letting them get it. Shaedon Sharpe from deep, no good. Bassey with the board, and Charles Bassey is there with the putback, 60-57 now. Zion Williamson has it, 4 to go in the third. Zion, layup, will fall, and it's a 5-point lead for New Orleans. Scoot gets the screen from Jovic. Scoot inside, no good. Jovic with the offensive rebound, and the Blazers have done a great job here in the third quarter of getting boards on the offensive glass and taking advantage. New Orleans is still holding on to this lead, though. Another 3 from Herb Jones, and it's a 6-point lead for the Pelicans. Ryan Rupert with it, gets the screen. Rupert, the Frenchman, misses it. Bassey with the rebound, out to Sharpe. Tough 3 is good. Big-time shot by Shaedon Sharpe. He gets a little bit of room, and he fires the 3 now with 19 points. Here's Sharpe again inside, over to Charles Bassey. The lead down to 3. Bassey and Sharpe got a nice little 2-man game going. Sharpe, pull-up 3 for the tie. It's good! Look at the scoreboard. It's beautiful. 69-69. Nice. Here's Alvarado over to Zion Williamson. Zion puts the Pelicans back on top as it's 71-69. Here comes McCollum with it over to Zion again, and that's an and one. Zion is starting to heat up now. He really struggled to open up the game, starting 3 of 10, but he's made 2 in a row looking a lot better. Final seconds of the third quarter. Here's McCollum for 3 in the corner, no good. Portland's going to get one more shot off here, and it'll be Chris Murray who heaves up a prayer, and it is no good. The Trailblazers are continuing to hang around, again with basically their B team. They're only down by 4. Make it 1! Nikola Jovic starts the fourth with a triple. Scoot Henderson on the wing. Scoot off the screen, drives inside. Henderson, it's good for the lead. The Blazers are ahead for the first time since it was 4-3 back in the first quarter. That was a while ago. Ingram draws the double. Defensive miscommunication leads Alvarado to getting wide open, and Jose Alvarado puts New Orleans right back on top. 77-76, it's Nikola Jovic again off the assist by Scoot Henderson, and the Blazers are back on top. Despite New Orleans' struggles currently, they are in team takeover mode as it's blocked. Neemias Queta makes the play on the other end. Simmons takes it himself over to Henderson. Scoot Henderson with the slam. He's got 24 points, and the Blazers lead it 80-79. Herb Jones for the lead again. Chris Murray just is not very explosive, and on that play, he was just way too slow trying to flip his hips. 81-80. Scoot draws the double. Queta's wide open for the lead. Good play by Neemias Queta to find the open lane in the paint as it's 82-81 under 6 to go. CJ McCollum misses, and it'll be rebounded by Zion Williamson. Back to CJ. He's guarded by Ben Simmons, and McCollum hits the jumper, and the Pelicans are back ahead. Nobody wants to keep the lead. It's being passed around like a blunt. Here is Henderson off the screen. Scoot Henderson, long midi, is good. Scoot has taken over this game in this fourth quarter. What a sight it has been. He's got 26. Shaedon Sharpe also with 26 as Sharpe gets a big defensive stop on Jonas Valanciunas. And then on the other end, Sharpe takes it himself for the layup, and the Trailblazers lead by 3. What a stretch there for Shaedon Sharpe, who now has 28 points. Scoot Henderson over to Little. Little has an open man. It's Shaedon Sharpe for 3. He's got 32. The Blazers could actually win this game. Off the miss, Valanciunas no good. Another offensive rebound out to McCollum. No good. Another offensive rebound. Jesus Christ. I think New Orleans had 4 shots on that possession. as McCollum gets it to fall. Jonas Valanciunas with over 20 rebounds on the night. Henderson inside, making it look easy. He's now got 28 points. 92-88 with just over 2 to go. Here's Sharp inside as it's stripped away and stolen by Herb Jones. On the other end, it's Zion Williamson with the slam, and we are within 1 possession. Sharp back with it. He gets it over to Nasir Little. Little looking for the screen. He'll get it. Little jumper. Gets it. Big shot for Nasir Little. He's only got 4 points, but that was a big one. 4-point lead. Ingram over to Valanciunas, who gets the slam, and we are back within 2. Minute and a half to go. Scoot Henderson with it. Henderson to Simmons. Simmons makes a big layup, and the Trailblazers are back up by 4. Ingram with it. He has it stripped away and stolen by Nasir Little. Little off the glass. Bang! Fear Nasir. Little with the steal and the self alley-oop. McCollum misses the jumper, and the Blazers are actually about to win this thing. Some free throws later, and the Portland Trailblazers have done it. No Anthony Simons, no Jeremy Grant, no Jordan Clarkson, no Ochai Agbaji. No problem. They shocked the world and beat the Pelicans 102-95. And sure, draft lottery odds are nice, but winning a game like this might honestly be nicer. Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharpe are both him. They each had 32 points, and you can make the argument it's easy to score a lot when nobody else around you can score. But on the inverse, when nobody else can score, the defense is going to put all the attention on you, and these guys combined for 64 points on over 50% shooting from the field. It's not like the Damian Lillard game where he missed 26 threes. These two guys legitimately played awesome the entire game, and it really feels like the two of them have built up so much chemistry over the second half of the year. Now, the rest of the team wasn't overly impressive. Everybody played to their role. We had some big plays down the stretch for some of the role players, which was nice. As for New Orleans, McCollum, 27. Zion, rough game, an inefficient 16. Valanciunas with 15, 25, and 10 offensive rebounds. When Ben Simmons was in, our interior defense and our defensive rebounding was horrible. When it was Charles Bassey or Neemias Queta, it was a lot better. Defensively, we were great for pretty much the entire game. The perimeter defense, the interior defense, other than Ben Simmons. So with that, we are 32-47 with 3 games left to go. We're going to have Ben Simmons sit for the rest of the year. I would have had Nasir Little sit as well, but Nasir Little's played in every game, and I want to give him the opportunity to play in all 82 games. And also, if somebody gets hurt, we're just going to sit him for the rest of the year. So we end up winning our next 2 games. What the hell? We are without 5 of our best 7 players. It's literally Scoot and Sharp against the world. And these guys are continuously winning games. They beat the Warriors, who are good, and then we beat the Rockets. I don't know how these 2 guys are pulling it off, but they're winning games on their own. We have 1 more game left to go. I've kind of gone away from the idea of tanking, but for our lottery odds, we kind of need to lose this game. So basically, if we win, we're going to have the 9th or 10th best odds. If we lose, we're going to be anywhere between 6 and 9, as it'll be a 4-way tie with Sacramento, Orlando, and Indiana. And sure enough, we won again. Scoot Henderson scored a career-high 47 points, the most the Blazer has scored this year. Sharp had 31. These 2 guards single-handedly won us 4 games in a row at the end of the year. That's honestly cooler than an extra % in the draft lottery. So Damian Lillard ends up winning the MVP, which is really cool. Blazer legend. It sucks that he's playing his best away from us, but I'm happy for him. Victor Wembanyama wins the Rookie of the Year, and if I'm being completely honest, I know this might sound biased, but I genuinely believe Scoot Henderson deserved to win the Rookie of the Year. He led all rookies in points per game, assists per game, field goal percentage, and true shooting percentage. He was the most efficient rookie in the class while shooting at the highest volume. He had a higher field goal, 3-point, and true shooting percentage than Wembanyama. And keep in mind, Wemby's 7'4". Scoot is 6'3", yet Scoot had a better field goal percentage. Christian Wood, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Paul Reed win the other awards. Damian Lillard wins the new Clutch Player of the Year. Eric Spoelstra wins the Coach of the Year. And the Warriors Executive wins the Executive of the Year, which is hilarious to me because I think the Warriors have honestly done a terrible job over the last year of trying to sustain success. No major surprises on the All-NBA teams. Maybe seeing LaMelo Ball on the third team is a little bit of a surprise with him being a young, inefficient guard, but he did take a big leap this year for Charlotte. And then on the all-defensive teams, DeLon Wright making it is pretty cool with all these great players. And then on the all-rookie first team, we've got our very own Scoot Henderson, who finishes behind Wemby and Brandon Miller. So I think the game is saying Brandon Miller had a better rookie year too. Scoot shot like 50% better from the field. Brandon Miller, who's known as a great three-point shooter, shot worse from three than Scoot, who's known as a bad three-point shooter. Make it make sense. I believe Scoot should have won the Rookie of the Year. I don't care that I sound biased because he's my player. I genuinely believe he was the best rookie in the class this year. So that brings us into the playoffs. We're not going to do a full season recap today. I just want to wrap up today's episode going through our studs and duds of the year. Next episode, we're going to go through a more detailed recap, going through the standings, going through some of the league stats, going through the playoffs, and going through the beginning stages of the offseason, which include the draft lottery. But here is a look at the final stats for the year. And now it's time to name 2 stud and dud of the year candidates, which again, you can vote for the ultimate winners in the comments. The number 1 voted stud of the year will get +2 to their rating, and they will get a potential boost. Second place will get +1 to their rating and a smaller potential boost. Shaedon Sharpe is the first candidate for the stud of the year. Sharpe really took a leap here in his second season, and we figured he would get better. I didn't know he would be this good this quick, however. A lot of young stars in recent years, like Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, Anthony Edwards, have all taken big leaps into stardom in their third year. I feel like Shaedon Sharpe started to do that after the All-Star break. He really improved as a player, and he had some great performances down the stretch. For most of the year, he really struggled to play in the starting lineup, but once we got past the All-Star break, he had to stay in the starting lineup because he was just flat out better than Abaji and Clarkson. The one thing I really want to see him work on is his playmaking. I don't know how it's a B. He's not a good playmaker at all. But other than that, I'm really excited about Shaedon Sharpe for the future, and he really exceeded my expectation for this season. And I think we've got a potential superstar in our hands. As for the second stud of the year candidate, for a while I was planning on this being Nasir Little. I really feel like he played to his role well. But the end of the year that Scoot Henderson had, I feel like I have to go with him. And I kind of hate that I'm picking the 2 most important young players for the stud of the year, but I really feel like these 2 guys deserve it. Scoot was on fire to end the season, averaging over 19 points, almost 5 assists per game. And again, he was the most efficient rookie in the draft class, leading all qualified rookies in field goal percentage and true shooting percentage. And he's a 6'3" guard. That's unheard of. Rookie guards are not efficient scorers. Scoot Henderson was really efficient for a rookie. He averaged over 22 points per game after the All-Star break. And when it was his and Shaedon Sharpe's team, the 2 of these guys single-handedly won games together. That's why I feel like they are the studs of the year, because these 2 guys really elevated themselves and each other throughout the year. They both significantly improved throughout the year, and they both played a lot better than I expected. Shaedon Sharpe's numbers and efficiency was higher than I had thought. Scoot Henderson's efficiency was higher than I had thought it would be. And I figured Scoot would be semi-efficient because he's played multiple seasons of professional basketball, but I didn't know he would be this efficient, and he's going to continue to make more shots at a higher rate. So now it's time for our 2 duds of the year. The ultimate loser will go down in rating by 2. Their potential will take a hit, while second place will go down by 1. Their potential will also take a hit. Jordan Clarkson is our first dud of the year. His numbers took a drop-off from last year in Utah to this year, despite the fact that he played with arguably less talent. And whenever I played games, I was just really bad with Jordan Clarkson. And I really don't know why that is. I always try to get him involved as a scorer, and he just was not very good. He was too inconsistent throughout the year, which is what you expect from a microwave 6-man scorer. But we just did not have enough consistently strong performances, and he doesn't really provide a whole lot else other than his scoring to really justify him being the 3rd best player on this team. Our second dud of the year candidate is going to be rookie Chris Murray. And I understand that this might feel a little bit unfair. He's a rookie. He played less than 30 games. I get it. But he was just awful this year, with all due respect. And I understand you can make some excuses for young guys like Ryan Rupert, for example. He has all the excuses in the book. He's 19 years old. He's a freak athlete. Yet he was better than Chris Murray. Murray shot 27% from the field, 22% from 3, and 53% from the line. That is horrible. So I did some math to prove how bad he was. I calculated his wins probability added and divided that by minutes played. And then the answer of this equation is this new stat that I created called wins probability added per minute to basically determine how valuable a player is. Chris Murray had the worst wins probability added per minute in the entire league. He was the worst player in the NBA. Even in the G League, he was not good. He didn't play in the G League all that long because he had an ankle injury. He had one really good game where he scored 27. His next highest points in the G League was 7. And I would get it if he was some raw 19-year-old, but he's 23. He was expected to be a semi-decent rookie off the bat, and he was not. He's a full year older than LaMelo Ball, who just made an All-NBA team. He's older than guys like Tyrese Maxey, Devin Vassell, and Onyeka Okongwu, who have played through their entire rookie contracts. I'm not expecting Chris Murray to average 15 a game and shoot 40% from 3, but I'm expecting him to be a quality role player, and he was the worst player in the entire league. So hopefully he can pick it up, because he was god-awful this year. That'll wrap up the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Next time around, we're going to recap our season more professionally. We're going to simulate through the playoffs, and we're going to do everything leading up to the draft, which includes the draft lottery and our draft preview. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.